What's going on, guys? It's Minski. Today I have an amazing video for you guys featuring Team Exotiic. Today I have Jdawg, the owner of Exotiic and Hyperdrived, one of the content creators and coaches for Team Exotiic and GamersReady.com. If you guys have any interest in getting some coaching for your scrim practices or anything like that, links are down below in the description. If you guys enjoy the video, make sure to like that video down below and subscribe with notifications for future content like this and upcoming podcasts. Let's get at it. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm with Jdawg and Hyperdrived here today, both members of the Exotiic fam. Jdawg's the owner, Hyperdrived's content creator / one of the coaches. Just wanted to bring them on board to a moment with Minski today to go over a couple things about the team. How you guys doing?
Happy to be here.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming on.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, of course, man. X-Fams for life, my man. I mean, you'll see in the video right now, I already got the hack going and everything, so always got to report it. X marks the spot, you know what I mean? Exactly. Well, yeah, I just wanted to start by going over with Jdawg first. So, Jdawg, how did you kind of get started with the community, and how long have you been in the community?
So, I'd say I really was in the when Fortnite came out, and I first started off just on Instagram. I was just, I believe I started off as like some type of. I wasn't a Fortnite news page, but that's the type of stuff I posted on just my personal. But then I noticed some teams just rising up. I saw like a bunch of people were interested in being part of Fortnite teams, and then I was just like, hey, I might as well start one. I got like a couple of my buddies, and yeah, we just started the team. We just started posting clips and stuff. And over time, obviously, we just took it more seriously and started uploading content on YouTube and just getting where we are now. Or I'm not sure how long ago that was, but a good year and a couple months for sure.
Being in the community for so long, you've obviously seen things that work for you and things that don't work for you. Is there anything you could recommend maybe to other team owners out there from smaller teams that are just starting up that you'd recommend off the get-go that you maybe had wished you started earlier in your time?
So, okay. For smaller team owners, maybe people who are just starting off, or you're at a stage where you're like kind of small, the main thing I would suggest is just make sure you have a tight like bond with members and interact with like any person who supports you like as much as you can. Because when you're smaller, obviously there's not gonna be tons of eyes on you. You're not gonna have like a bunch of people just following you randomly. So what you got to do is really like. Let's say you get a follower and they comment under one of your posts or something. You really got to do your best to like get to know them and like actually like make a bond with them, because when you're starting off small, people lose interest in you like throughout like maybe a couple days, and they'll just find another smaller team or a bigger team to grind for. So what you got to do as a team owner or just as a team in general is make sure that you're showing every single one of the supporters you have that like you notice them, you care about them, and then just slowly you'll start getting more and more people that support you. And yeah, and then obviously just full focus on posting content consistently on as many socials as possible. And if you just do those things consistently, you'll slowly be growing, and then obviously that's where like a bunch of other things come into play when it comes to running teams.
Gotcha. Yeah. So that's some great information for the grinders out there and whatnot. And speaking of that word, really, I like to ask everybody I bring on here what that word really means to you to actually be like grinding for a team or to be on the grind and grinding content. What would you really define that word as?
It's weird because this community definitely like takes the word grinding to like a whole another like perspective. Basically, how the community takes grinding is just like all people really do when they grind is, I'd say, announce publicly that they're grinding, or putting a hashtag or like putting 40 teams hashtags into their posts, just hoping they get noticed by one of them, or just DMing the team their posts. But I wouldn't even consider it grinding in the first place. What I like truly think grinding is, I'd say, is when you're like working to reach like a certain goal and you're just doing like everything you can just to make it happen. That's like when you're genuinely on the grind, I'd say, for sure.
That's definitely a good take on that. When I was talking to a couple other people I've had on the show before, they've kind of said some similar things, but haven't really talked about, a end goal like that. So I can respect that. So do you have any big plans coming up for Exotiic?
Once we get the Twitter back up and running, I'd say we're gonna go back to focus up on picking up a ton of just streamers, content creators, and all that, and then just pump out content on all socials consistently, just like unique types of content for sure. And then once
Gotcha.
we're a bit more established, just looking to sponsors and all that.
We also today have Hyperdrive with us. He is, as I said, one of the content creators for Team Exotiic and also their lead coach, and I think one of their only coaches for the team itself. But
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
just wanted to kind of talk to Hyper. I have a clip from Hyper that he pretty much goes over some gameplay from Kanji Goofy. What do you really go over in that video?
In that video, it's more of like live coaching,
Okay.
where I'm like explaining like what he should do in that scenario, or like back up, don't take that fight. I'll send you like a clip I think is good. So
Okay. So Hyper, I also know that you are a part of a website that hires coaches like yourself to train Fortnite competitive players.
yeah, I'm part of a website named gamersready.com, and so through that website, basically it allows me to get a more of a reach for players who are trying to get coaches. Because as a coach, it's kind of difficult to find people who need coaching. It's kind of like it's not a very normal thing other than like outside the pro scene. So it really helps me find people who need coaching, and then they can go to the website, they can find me there, and it helps me get more people to coach.
Gotcha. How'd you get started with that? How'd you find them?
It was actually it's a funny story. So I was watching a Rocket League video, and so because like
Nice.
they're mainly a Rocket League like coaching website, and then I saw that they coached Fortnite on there, so I was like pretty interested. I was like, oh, I might be able to coach for them. So I like answered one of their Google forms or something, and then I was able to like start coaching for them. I got a message from like one of the owners, and it was really cool.
I don't really know too much about the website itself, but it seems like it's doing some good things there. That's pretty
Yep.
cool to, So do they like? So what's the process with it exactly? So do they find you the clients, or do they pretty much have your profile on the website, and clients can go and check out the website, and if they like your profile, they'll like reach out to you about coaching them for a certain amount, a certain fee or something like that?
Yeah, so that's pretty much how it is. So they have like Fortnite coaching, and then
Yeah.
under that they can find like a list of people. So then I have my name under there, and so I have like one of the cheaper prices,
Okay.
and just so because like I want to be more noticed, I'm not a very like well known coach,
Yeah.
and but what I do myself is when people like reach out to me like, hey, do you coach? Can you help me with coaching stuff? I'll send them like my profile, and then through the website they can pay for it. Uh, when I'm coaching for the website, I'm not allowed to coach like outside of it because then it's kind of like breaking the contract that we have. But it's like it's a lot easier to like go through the website and just like send them the profile and they can get all the information there, and then they can just like shoot me a DM on Discord. I'll be like, yeah, just pick like this if you want to have this coaching lesson stuff like that. So it's very easy.
Awesome. Well, I will make sure to include that link in the description below. And if any of you guys out there want to coach, reach out to the website, find Hyper on the website, and let's get at it. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
But all right, boys, I really appreciate you guys taking the time today. My last thing I want to ask you guys is there anything you want to plug right now? Any social media specifically? I'll make sure to include you guys' socials in the description, of course, to show some support. But I know Jdawg right now is screaming he wants to throw his Twitter on there, but
Facts,
everything-
if only.
just so you guys know, for some reason they got sussed, so we're waiting to fix that up. I've been missing the Noti gang from Team Exotiic for quite some time now, so I'm
Yep.
I'm upset I haven't seen those tweets, but it's
Listen,
not their fault.
Twitter support. If you're watching Minski's podcast, just let us free, all right? Just let us free.
Twitter support. If you could tag Twitter support in the comments 50 times each,
Yeah,
I would
facts.
really appreciate it.
It'll help us out a ton.
On YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah.
Exactly.
Tag Twitter
Exactly.
support on YouTube.
That'd be awesome. Was there any other social aside from that you'd like to plug?
Hey, honestly, you're on YouTube already, so go check out Team Exotiic 2 Eyes on YouTube. Some banger content for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How about you, Hyper? Anything specific?
Mostly just either my Twitter or my Twitch. My both Hyperdrived GG, so you can just find me there. I'm pretty consistent on both.
I also want to go over one thing that Hyper's been known for in the community a little bit. Is his 20-second tips. Hyper, do you want to maybe get into that a little bit? How'd you
Sure,
get started?
I'll do the intro really quickly for everyone. Hey, welcome to 20-second tips for competitive Fortnite part whatever. It's that
Part
kind
whatever.
Banger.
So basically, what I do with that is I wanted to find a way to take the tip videos that I usually see on YouTube, which are like 10-minute tip videos of like, oh, best tips for like this season. And I wanted to shorten them to make them easier for people who are just like scrolling through Twitter. And so what I do is I take different tips from each season. So let's say like the crash bed exploit, right? Which was I think one of my first videos. And I'll say like, hey, welcome to 20-second tips for competitive Fortnite part 1. And then I'll be like, You can use the crash pad to exploit into a box. It's really good for ending a fight fast. I'll show it in the video, show how to do it, and it's probably the most creative thing I've done, just because it's a very fast and simple way to like get the information out there, like the different tips, and it's really helpful.
Yeah, and it's like the perfect amount of length for a majority of the socials that people will not get. Like, if it's like 2 minutes, they'll be like, maybe I don't want to watch this whole thing.
And it's a kind of lit name, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, 20-second tip. And I loved it so much, I made a little 20-second tip on how to pronounce the Minski, because I had so many people call him Minsky, Minisky, Minski.
Yeah.
Minski, the worst. Burke, for example. Oh my God, Burke was doing that.
Oh my.
Yeah. Well, awesome, guys. I appreciate you guys taking the time today, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Minski.
Later, boys.
Peace.